Hi guys, in this clip we're going to look at drawing an isosceles triangle. We're going to look at three different ways. We're going to look at the first one here, which is when we're given a base length and a leg or side length. Second way is when we're given a base length and an altitude length. The altitude, remember, is the vertical distance perpendicular to the centre of the base up to the apex angle. And the third one we'll look at is when you're given your apex angle and a leg length. Now the apex angle, in your exercise, when you go to do it, you'll need to draw first, like I have done here at the side, an acute angle. Okay, something around 30 degrees thereabouts, whatever you decide to do. Okay, and it's just an angle that's going to be a reference for creating. So let's get started. Over here on the left, base length of 50 millimeters, leg length of 75. First thing to do, there's a very faint construction line that I've already put through that runs across the page. First thing I'm going to do is just going to put down my 50 millimeters across here on the base. So I'll just mark on my construction where my 50 millimeters is. Now you can do that using your set square, or you can set your compass to 50 millimeters if you choose to. First off, set that to 50 millimeters and then mark it on here if you like. But I've just chosen to measure it this way. Now I'm going to draw that in my outline just so you guys can see it. So I'll do my 50 millimeter base in outline. Next thing, get your compass, and I use the 10, as you guys know by now. I just sort of like to go off the 10 rather than off the end. Line my point right up, and we're looking for 75 millimeters leg length. Now if I'm starting on 10, I need to go through to 85 to get my 75 millimeters. Now you want to make sure it's very accurate, so you can do that here, or you can, draw a 75 millimeter line or mark it on a construction line and then set your compass to that. But it should be right to just set it off here. Okay, put your compass point on one end and just swing an arc up. So it's very similar to an equilateral, but we're changing our side or leg length to be different. So where you swing, and now we have created an apex or vertex point, apex angle point up the top, which will give us our isosceles triangle. So just in construction there, and then I'll go over an outline. Now you may choose to not put construction lines in. You may choose to just go straight into outline because you've got 2 points to work between. So you should be pretty right to just go straight ahead with that. Okay, and there's our isosceles triangle, given a base length and a leg length. Now the next one, base and altitude. So once again, I'm going to mark down the base. I'll put down a point here, and I'll line up my 10 with that. I should be rushing a little bit more so I'm not wasting your time watching me. Going through, using a terrible poster pencil that runs out when you don't want it to. Please be gentle with your line work, don't make a mess like I do. Now the next thing we need to do, because if you look at our isosceles on this side here, you'll see that the apex point is directly in line with the centre of the base, and our altitude is from the centre back up. So what we need to do is bisect this base using your bisect technique. Take your compass onto your base, go over halfway, swing an arc above, swing an arc below. Go to the other end. Make sure you're very accurate. Okay, I'm telling you to rush this a little bit so we get it done, but make sure you're really accurate with your point. I'm a little bit off there, but you probably can't notice that. Next thing I'm going to do is run a construction line up through there. Okay, so that has created a perpendicular line at the centre of the base. And we can get our altitude from that. So the altitude is 75. So you can do one of two things. You can draw a line down here, off to the side, if you like, and mark 75 on that. I'm just going to start at 20 and go up to 95. And then you can set your compass on that. Or you could set your compass straight off the ruler if you wish to. Next thing is just to take here, put it on that centre point and mark that up to show where your apex is. And then we can go through and run that back down and run that one back down. And that is your isosceles with a base and an altitude of 75. Sorry for the interruption there, my laptop shut down on me. Going on to the next one, apex angle and a leg length. First thing you want to do is put in your leg. Doesn't matter what angle, where you're going to put it. Your base isn't going to end up horizontal. It doesn't matter. We just want to get it in. So I'm going to put a construction line down on any sort of angle here. Put a construction line in, and on that I'm going to mark my leg length of 60. So you can use your compass to mark it, your dividers, whatever you want, or you can use a ruler, making sure that you're very accurate. I'm going to go from 80 down to 20, and that is going to be my leg length. Now I'll put it in outline now so that you can see that. Okay, and there's our outline. Okay, these silly pencils go fine and thick, I won't go over it. Now, the next thing we need to do is create an angle over here. So we're going to use this angle that's given to us as a reference. So we put our compass. Now it's the same as copy an angle that you would have already done. So we're going to go down, and I'll just get down here on the angle somewhere, and I'm going to throw an arc around like that. I'm going to go to the apex of my leg here, of my triangle, and I'm going to throw an arc around. Hopefully you can see that. Okay. Then I'm going to come down onto my angle here, my reference angle. I'm going to put my point on there, and I'm going to wind in, and I'm going to look for where it crosses that position. Okay, and we're looking for that crossover there. Just draw it in a bit more. And you can see that there now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come onto here where we cross over and look for that cross. So that's created this intersecting reference for me to bring out. My construction line for my other leg. And remember, like with all construction lines, you extend them out. I've got a few mucked up little squiggles going on here from broken bits of pencil under there. Just ignore that if you're getting that, and we can clean it up later on. So the next thing to do is to mark out my leg length. Now you can measure it like I did with the ruler before, or you can use a compass. Set your compass up on there and wind it out till you get out to where your end of your leg is. And then you want to look for that spot just there where it comes out, and then we'll mark that round on there. And that's going to give us our point. I won't put a construction line in, I'll just come straight across from point to point just for the sake of the exercise. That one there, and then we'll put this other side in here. Okay, and there is our isosceles with a given apex angle. This angle here, here's this angle here, and a leg length of 60 down the side. Now, please take note of this line here. You'll see it goes from skinny out to fat. I want you guys to try and avoid doing that all the time. Keep your pencil sharp. I'm just using this Stadler Pacer type pencil with a 0.5 lead. You guys will probably be using normal pencils. Okay, but keep them sharp. Okay, thank you very much.